Okay, so today is Friday, June 9th. Yeah, it's the 9th. Yes, it's the 9th. Um, my days are like all mixed up. It's crazy. So today I'm actually going to what's being called a pop preview party. There is a comic book store that is local to me. It is called Ultimate Comics. They have a couple of different locations around like the Raleigh area, but I'm going specifically to their Cary location today. And every so often they have like this big sale on pop vinyls. Now I am a huge pop vinyl collector. Funko has my wallet. Not as much lately. They've been a little bit like off and haven't been producing as much good stuff, and I'm not really like into the Funko sodas as much as I am in the pops, but so this comic book store, they buy up large pop collections, and then a couple times a year they have like these massive discounts on them, and people get like first dibs on like the chases and the exclusives and all that stuff. So that's where I'm going. I'm going with my partner Jacob, which is very, very exciting. We love to do this kind of stuff together. We haven't gotten to go pop hunting in quite some time, so I figured I'd bring you along for the ride. I'm specifically looking for Simpsons pops. There's a couple that I don't have that I'm hoping that they do. And then my other really large collection is my horror pops. Now I have like tons and tons and tons of horror pops, so I'm not, looking for anything like specific, but I'm always looking to add to that particular collection. I'm also looking for the Freddy Funko Zodiac line, which they're not going to have, but, I figure I'd look anyway, and the Funko Myth series as well. But, yeah, I'm excited. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go right now. Let's go. All right, so the first pop that we actually ended up getting was this one from Thor, Love and Thunder. What's interesting about this is that we didn't actually pick this pop out. They were giving this away as a door prize for anyone who happened to dress for the theme. Unfortunately, I don't really think many people got the memo of that because not many people dressed up as punk, which was the theme of the night. So because we were one of the first people in line, they ended up giving us this one. Now, I don't know much about Thor Love and Thunder or this particular character, but it is a nice little specialty series pop. It's one of the newer ones. That is the side of the box there. And this is the set that it comes from. Again, not a terrible pop, not a terrible free pop. It's not worth a whole heck of a lot, but yeah, I thought it was a nice, neat little door prize. Next up are these two pops from Diablo. I did not grab these. These are actually some of Jacob's pulls. Jacob ended up actually getting more pops than I did during this run. And I'm not too familiar with Diablo, but I think these are really, really great pops and definitely early runs. Side of the box. I absolutely just love that back of the box art design on this one. Now you can see here a couple of them had the as is stickers. That means that there was slight damage to the boxes themselves, but that could range anywhere from large cuts in the boxes to slight dents. This one in particular really doesn't have anything except a small little crease on the very bottom. So, as I've pointed out in previous pop-related videos, I am a huge Simpsons collector, and here are 3 of the ones that I have been searching for. Most notably Chief Wiggum. I really wanted him. He comes from a set that has... a lot that I'm actually missing from. I need Itchy and Scratchy, and I still need Barney from this set. So I'm still very much on the lookout for them. Now, Chief Wiggum is probably the most damaged box. You can see here there's quite a bit of damage, and there is quite a bit of damage on the bottom and in the corner crease there. I didn't really care so much about the damage on that one. He's just going to go up with my other ones. I was fine with that. In keeping with animation, here is a group of Full Metal Alchemist pops that Jacob also managed to snag. He has the rest of the collections, including the special edition versions of Alphonse and Edward, but he didn't have these. And now we move on to the horror pops. As many of you may remember, my main collection is actually horror, and my favorite series of any monster or horror-based pops that Funko has ever done has been the Universal Monster series. I was missing the Invisible Man. This is the Walgreens exclusive Invisible Man. I do have the original. And I was also missing the original Bride of Frankenstein, which is the opposite because I actually have the Walgreens exclusive of her. I have the special edition Leatherface that was in a Hot Topic mystery box, I believe, but I did not have the original, so very, very glad to have him. And of course, I have Steve with bandana. This was not really a horror pop, but I didn't really think he made much sense to just have him by himself. And, you know, Stranger Things is kind of creepy, so yeah, that is my horror haul. So while we were on our way out the door, and when we thought we had all the pops we could ever want, Jacob noticed that they had restocked some, or some people had put some back, and there were all of these great World of Warcraft ones. Originally, he was just going to go for these 2 down here, but then when he really thought about it, he kind of loved them all and thought, well, I might as well go for the full set. Now, there were a couple that they didn't have from these 2 lines, because these are 2 separate lines, I believe, of World of Warcraft. But it was enough for him to just want to get everything. And I think these are really dynamic pops. The amount of detail in these early ones are just incredible. I kind of wish Funko would go back to doing this. You just don't see them like this anymore. But yeah. That was a great set to pull. Jacob's wallet was hurting after that, but I think it was worth it. And what kind of Funko Pop hunters would we be if we didn't try to snag a few chases while we were there? So we have the new Vash the Stampede chase. The only difference between this and the common is that he is not wearing his glasses, so it's a little bit of a cheap chase, but I still wanted it for my collection because I was a huge fan of Trigun growing up. My pride and joy here is the Patrick Bateman chase. I absolutely love the amount of blood splatter that they have. It is one of the blood-stained boxes. Just an absolutely fantastic pop. Now, when Ultimate Comics had their Instagram stories, they actually held this up as one of the things that they'd gotten in the collection that would be for sale, and that was actually one of the reasons that I went. So being fourth in line, I was able to snag him pretty quickly. Then we have, keeping up with the blood theme here, we have Beverly Marsh from the It Chapter 1 series. I have the Georgie chase, where it has his severed arm. They also had at Ultimate Comics the Pennywise chase from this collection where he's kind of like sepia toned. I didn't go for him. I don't know, when cheap chases or lazy chases are out there and it's really just a color tone difference, it's not worth my time. But I could not be happier with all three of these chases. Now, those chases were pretty great, but the crowning glory of this entire pop hunt was this Blacklight Carnage. It's in great condition, absolutely fantastic Blacklight. It is one of the most sought after ones of the collection. This is the set that it originally come from, which we actually do have the rest of that set. We saw it for an extremely reasonable price. It did come in the hard stack. We did not put it in there, and we knew we just had to grab it. So out of everything that we managed to pull, I would say that this one was the top hit of the night. So let me show you just a full pan of everything that we got. All right, and here is everything that we got from our pop hunting adventure. If you happen to be local to Raleigh/Cary, North Carolina, I do highly recommend going to one of Ultimate Comics' pop parties. It is absolutely a great time. You made amazing collectors there. The staff are incredibly friendly, and it's extremely well run and well organized. Not to mention the fact that they don't gouge you on prices. Everything is exceptionally fair. Boxes are usually in fantastic condition, even if they say as is. So yeah, thank you all for joining me on this little adventure. The audio was a mess, the lighting was a mess, my hair was a mess, and you can't see me right now, but I definitely look a mess. But you know what? We did it together. So thanks everyone, and I will see you in the next video.